It happened again, my people. Now, I was hoping that we would get a day off and things would simmer down, but this is Akash's wife we're talking about. There may be no end to this. So yeah, shout out to MTR, man. Let's get right into it.
Another day, another Akaash Singh video. Guys, hopefully you had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, eating fantastic food, enjoying it with friends and family, as did I. But it's time to get back up into this work, diving deeper into the mindset of a simp to prevent future generations of men from experiencing what Akaash Singh has been experiencing. Now, the major updates that we have today revolve around how Akaash Singh's wife continues to upload humiliating content, but now she's beginning to delete them. But just as quick as her upload finger is as quick as my download finger. So we have the tapes. But before we get active on that, and indulge me for a little bit here, all right? Because I was thinking over the weekend why so many people are captivated by this particular story. And we can all agree, at least on the outside of this, it's entertaining to watch how utterly reckless this young demon spawn of a woman is.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking as well, but I was also thinking, I think a lot of us just can't believe that it's a thing. Yeah, it happens, but we aren't let into the homes of people, a lot of these people like that, right? Especially like a celebrity. Like who would do that? What wife or husband would do that to their spouse? Just make a fool of them daily. It's almost like we just can't believe it. Like all the things you hear about women being outside or men being outside, it's like we're seeing it from a married woman who talks about it just like it's whatever, with no consequences. And it's embarrassing and it hurts but it's also funny, entertaining, not like at the cost of my man Akash, but just like, damn, I can't believe it. Like, how's this going on? How's this happening? And at this point, now it's just like every day is something. So now it's just like, oh well, that show's on again. Let's watch it. You know what I mean? It's just reckless.
I think if you dive a little bit deeper, I figured some things out here, right? The videos give a cross section into the importance of understanding human behavior and not only understanding just how women behave, but how also men behave, but also an understanding that, hey, you can get brainwashed, you can get tricked into thinking that you are unworthy. And apparently, some of this was tricking done by a therapist, in my honest assessment. But men who establish deep progress within life and are men of value, right, in the marketplace, that means that you are on the A side of the equation. You now have the choice. You have the pick of the litter. You now can move the chess pieces. And watching somebody who is on the A side effectively or ineffectively choose one of the worst options a man can pick is a spectacle. Investing into the right woman may be one of your smartest life investments. And when I say life investments, I'm not just talking about monetary, all right? Because bump the stock market or real estate, there's rich people that absolutely hate their lives, right? More money, more problems. But if you invest into the right person that you wake up next to each and every day, that can make or break your overall happiness within your life. And if you choose incorrectly, that is a hypersonic speed train to unhappiness. When you are the A side, but your life is structured like you are the B side to your wife's own brand of bullshit, Akash is what it looks like. And no matter how hard that you've built all this up, how many years that it took you to get there, how many sleepless nights, how much you grinded, your resources, your reputation, and your reality get thrown to the wolves so that she can chase relatability and views. Well, anyway, the damage control has officially begun, and it appears as that Akash is finally standing up for himself and probably taking her damn phone away and deleting stuff off of the internet. Let's go over those tapes. Without further ado, in this now deleted video, she's giving college-age women relationship advice.
So do me a favor, to all my brown girls who are starting college, you actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And believe me, I know I'm speaking from experience because I was super sheltered in high school, didn't really date, was a late bloomer. So when I got to high school, I was like, when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season. And like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year. Why? You don't have to settle for someone's crusty, dusty son. Like settle in, get your friend group going, see like where you kind of vibe, and then maybe like wait for the third guy or like the fifth guy that gives you attention, and then like maybe you can like go for that. Because I think like especially brown girls who grow up really sheltered, it's just like so fun to be in this new environment, to be without your parents, to be like living in dorms and like co-ed situations. And I get
the only thing I want to say here is that's probably every kid ever. It's not even for like, not only is it for little young brown girls, it's for young black girls, young white girls, young Hispanic girls, young Asian women, young black men, young white men, every child can't wait to get away from home, experience that college experience and be on your own and wild out in your 20s. That's what you're supposed to. You're not giving game to a specific group of people. Like, I'm telling y'all, that's the thing to do. Like, come on, man. A lot of that's common knowledge, and people want to come off as like, I'm lacing you. I'm giving you the game on something. You ain't giving the game on something. You just talking. And if you get too detailed, you'll be giving up some stuff you ain't even supposed to be doing in your 20s. Whole other conversation, though, for a later date.
The excitement, but don't settle. Like learn more about yourself before you kind of just like lock yourself down in a situation with a relationship that like probably like won't last that long anyways, because it's usually just like puppy love.
Sitting across the dinner table from a 30-year-old woman where every time that you try to have a conversation with her, she sounds like she's back in high school. While I can acknowledge the idea of transitioning from a sheltered environment to a college environment and not being so open to accept the first invitation to seriously date somebody, quantifying when you should by the third to the fifth person is just makes no damn sense. As if the third to fifth guy is going to be a better option than the first guy. Like, what are you talking? Like, is there not any requirements that you can teach them to look out for to identify the characteristics of a guy who is trying to seriously date? Like, can you?
Yeah, that's ill. Like giving a scope on the number in order, in chronological order, on when you should do what. Because here's the thing. That's the reason why it's not really good advice, because what if you meet your one on the first try of the gate? Shout out to my cousin Shara. She may be one of the, maybe the exception to the rule, but her first real true man was her husband. They got a whole family together, been happy together ever since. If you meet the one and then you looking for, well, this may be puppy love, this ain't really real because it may be 2 or 3. That's a ridiculous scale. That's why that's why everybody shouldn't have a mic, and everybody shouldn't be able to speak out loud about their things, and especially when it comes to schooling people about something or teaching people. Now, you can learn something from anybody, for sure, but every one of us ain't qualified to teach. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get it.
Do not do that. Oh, that's right. You were too busy popping that punani flapjack in white boy frat houses.
All that stuff. But I'm saying that with the best of intentions. It's going to be like so much fun. I feel like I had so many fun memories in college. So yeah.
And she shares them fun college times with us all, including waking up multiple times with a sore anus.
Here we go
Wait,
again.
okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder. I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over. I woke up in the morning and my asshole was a little sore.
Also, to all my G's out there, when you're dating these young women, always acknowledge, right? Always pay attention to the way that they talk about men. If they talk about prior men within their lives as crusty dusty, these are the women that have a low barometer hate for men. They don't honor or appreciate what a man is, and at times of conflict within relationship, that's their default. But
I couldn't imagine hearing my wife on a podcast or watching her on a podcast talk about how she laid up with some strange man one night, because that's why she really wasn't messing around, because she didn't really know him like that. All to wake up in her quote unquote butthole hurts, implying that foul play was afoot. I would lose it. What are you talking about? What are you saying out loud? What are you saying?
But anyway, it's clear in watching this clip why Akash doesn't want her to post anything else on the internet, and more than likely promptly instructed her to please, baby, please take it down, because any content that she uploads from here on out that have to do with relationships is going to get scrutinized. By the way, remember in the last video where we talked about Akash's recent stand-up where he was ardently defending his wife?
And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken, I'm in such a bad place, and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
Well, in that clip, he mentioned that he never told this story before.
So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea of this story.
Well, he lied. Damn. Earlier this year, they did content from their Manhattan high-rise, and this little gem came from it. Let's watch.
I got no clue. 8K probably? How much did she think we spend a month?
She said 10,000.
Stop the cap.
I love this woman. What an adorable woman. It's been on her about 10K. We work hard so we can do this. So I spend on watches mainly because they're appreciating assets. She spends on shoes because they lose money immediately.
So if you were to estimate, how much would it be?
55 with her.
And what's your occupation?
I'm a stand-up comedian.
Wow. How did you start with it?
Oh, I was so poor. Anybody who wants to make comments about this girl, let me tell you, we moved in together in 2018. I went flat broke that year. We had to move out of that apartment, sleep on her friend's couch for 2 weeks so we could move to an apartment in New Jersey. It was the only place we could afford. We lived there for 2.5 years, built up our income, stand-up started to pick up, and now that's why I have no problem spending. Did she make my life easy? No.
Why did you stay with him through the whole time?
So it's the exact same story, and he's telling it directly towards her. So he lied in his stand-up, his recent stand-up, where he was defending her. But it's wild to watch her in a delusion about how much money of his that she spends, while he then responds how much that he loves his wife and then gives her a hug. But let's listen to how she claims she rode it through with him.
When I first met Akash.
But real quick, I got to interject. It's funny how Akash, he always responds with, oh, she's so adorable. Or she's adorable when she does that thing. Everything he says she's adorable about, it's always with some money grubbing kind of something, or some gold digging statement, or some rude statement. It's always like disrespect in front of it. And he said it's she's so adorable. What do you mean? What's adorable about that? He's like a glutton for punishment. And we all see it. What are you doing?
Gosh, I felt there was something so special about him. He has character, he has integrity, he loves me so much. That kind of connection withstood all of the bad times. Even though everything got so bad, I would just pray so hard every day just to get out of that situation, and I feel like slowly but surely we kind of crawled out of it.
Oh, that just sounds so amazing. She was busy just praying for him while he was grinding to make it work. Faith without works is absolutely dead as what this relationship should have been when she made it worse for him when he was at his lowest point.
And the idea that love, I remember somebody asked me, my wife was filming some TikTok, and I was talking about how, she was with me when I went broke in 2018, and then now I like buying her things because I remember she was with me when I couldn't. She wasn't pleasant about it, but like she was there. She didn't make my life good, but she was there. She didn't leave.
Story time of why me and my husband broke up before we got married and why it ended up being the best decision we ever made. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. Jesus Christ. When my mother-in-law came to visit us, I was being very distant because of everything we were going through. Akash was very stressed, and I think she kind of internalized it like that I was being big towards her or passive aggressive towards her. It was a huge fight between all of us. Basically, Akash did not defend me, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I can be in a relationship with this person anymore. So after this, we both took a much needed break.
Outside of the current damage.
Did she say he didn't defend her against her own mother? What did she want him to do? What should he have done right there? I don't even understand that. How do you make that statement with a straight face?
Damage control, right, and the rewriting of history that he's trying to do. We're grabbing these clips based off of things that they have said, right? No one's speculating and making it up. They have said it.
That's the truth.
But it's just so interesting to watch the degree of cope within him to somehow now, as a system of validation, give her these things that he was unable to do previously, while her also acting like it's never enough, complaining that his birthday is one of the worst days out the year and complaining that she has to get him a gift on Christmas. Ergo, the absolute detriment of the mindset of being a simp.
Yo, women use simps against attractive men. When women can't get or control a man who's attractive, they use simps to feel better and try to make other men jealous. Simps aren't men who are good to or respect women. They are men who will sacrifice anything, their self-respect, for an attractive woman. Attractive men refuse to simp. That is actually a huge part of why they are attractive, because they have self-respect. This can confuse a lot of women who aren't used to men who have self-respect. It often stems from their own insecurity and feeling small because of the attractive man. He has levels of security that she is not capable of. So when she can't get or control him, she uses simps against him. She'll suck them dry of validation, attention, effort, resources to feel better, worthy, like she matters, and to flex on other people. Many times to make men they do find attractive jealous. She competes with presence on the backs of simps, using them as leverage to feel powerful, when it's really insecurity. Insecurity seeks to control. It comes from ego, wanting to feel secure through validation. Except attractive men see through this nonsense, that it's just a false portrayal of value, that it's hidden insecurity, and to let it be. Even if he feels a little jealous, he will never sacrifice his self-respect, no matter how pretty she is.
Now, I agree with everything in that clip, except for at the end there, he said that it's attractive men that can see through it. And I don't think so. I just think it's self-respecting men can see through it. But in all honesty, self-respect as a man in modern times today, right? Like, unless you had a good, stable family situation that can drive some of these points home, it can be weird out here, right? Especially as a young man, you're probably the least valuable within the dating marketplace that you will be, and there's a climb to grow. There's a climb up. But if the societal messages constantly downplays your role as a man within the society, right? Like your importance, you're not getting the vying eye of attention of women that you want, and constantly are hit with rejection, right? As you're grinding your way up the corporate ladder or the blue collar ladder or the entrepreneurial ladder to the top, your actual girlfriend is verbally beating you into humiliation, submission again and again, and with help from a therapist, right? Like, I wonder how many of his 10-year-long therapy sessions talked about his simp mindset. I bet you none of them. And through all of that, you'll get this as a result. She won't even get off the internet with you, but through her constant need of validation from others, she will continue to demonstrate everything that you give to her. Watch me be impulsive at the Dubai airport. This was posted like Thanksgiving, by the way.
Oh, drizzle, 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 drizzle. She belongs to the street.
So apparently you can buy Louis Vuitton that looks like shit with all of these patches on it. Which they probably put a premium on all them shitty looking patches on top of it, which is just absurd to me. But whatever. Yeah. Ma'am, go put the internet down like your husband and go check on him, please. But yeah, you'll see here, posted 3 days ago on her TikTok. Let's take a look at the comments. Oh, comments are currently unavailable because you're not mutual friends with her. Limited comments, I see. Well, anyway, I think that I'm done with this update for today. At this point, you know, I want to see him on flagrant, baby. I want to see the full unadulterated thoughts. I want to deep dive. I want to get down up in there, right? Maybe that'll be the conclusion of this entire spectacle.
All right, so that's that, right? So I'm really just like enough, woman, enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always something that you're trying to hide stuff. Now you're taking stuff down. I'm not sure whose idea is that. I personally don't think it's Akash's idea. I'm like, what would make him put his foot down now? What would make him start? You know, I think you can't deal with the comments. And eventually, the comments and the pressure from people, thousands of people tearing you apart in your own comments on all social platforms, eventually that bothers you. That messes with you. You know what I mean? I think it messes with the partner too. So hopefully hopefully it's something he can take. Deal with that. Because if he can't survive it, y'all ain't gonna make it. Because you're on the other end of that. You're already on some shallow, you don't care. You don't care. You don't really, in my opinion, you don't even like homie. So there's that. But it's always something. One thing you can count on is the wife kicking up some dust somewhere, which makes great content for the content creators. Hate to say it, but it's the truth. So that being said, man, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and follow your boy. Keep up with your boy, man. I got dope content coming up. I'm doing reaction videos. I'm doing interviews. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. So stay in touch. Like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.